Liz Truss has got such a big lead at the moment, but we don't know where Penny Mordaunt's own vote and those of her supporters are going to go, do we?
Yes, so of course, if we look at the polling of Conservative Party members, it looks like an unassailable lead for Liz Truss at the moment. Clearly, Rishi Sunak will hope to turn the tide quite quickly, given that the ballots are going out, I believe, in early August. But, you know, it's a long way back for him. What he's going to have to hope that happens is there's some sort of game-changing moment, either in a leadership debate or perhaps a set-piece interview that changes Tory party members' minds. But at the moment, it doesn't look likely, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, is there a sense that he's not being conservative enough, do we think? Is that what is irking Conservative Party members?
Well, with party members, it appears as though issues around supposed loyalty or lack of loyalty to Boris Johnson, alongside Rishi Sunak's record on tax, are some of the key issues that are upsetting them. But at the same time, when you look at the issues that they think are most important when choosing the next leader, who can win the next general election is very important to Tory members too. So I guess that's something that Rishi Sunak's going to have to, an argument he's going to have to make, that actually back me and the general public will back me too.
Yeah, well, Edward, I mean, yes, what do you think? I mean, how do you judge the mood of the moment?
I think Liz Truss is the clear favourite and has all the momentum. You saw the YouGov poll yesterday, which puts her 24 points ahead. That's a lot for Rishi Sunak to overcome. He is a more charismatic campaigner, which should see him eat into some of her lead, I think, over the coming weeks. And he's likely to have more support from Tory grandees. Liz has a couple, but, you know, the major powers in the party are backing Rishi, and that will go some way with associations and activists. But I don't think it will be enough.
No, I mean, it's interesting then, isn't it? Because if it's cost of living, Keiran, which is what is occupying a lot of people's minds, and I mean, they're both saying they will address it, but Rishi's saying, well, we'll address it in a couple of years, in effect. We'll get inflation down. That's going to take a period of time. Well, that's just not enough for some people, is it?
Well, fundamentally, there's going to be an argument in the Conservative Party about the primacy of dealing with inflation versus immediate tax cuts. But you're right. When we ask voters what are the most important issues facing your lives, what do you want to hear more about from the candidates, the top two issues that come out very, very clearly are cost of living. 58% say that that's something they want to hear more about from the candidates, but also public services as well. So 42% say that's important to them. And this
what sort of public? What do they mean by public services then?
Well, primarily the NHS and schools, but other things too. But those are the two that stand out the most. I think this is the trade-off the Conservative Party is going to have to make, at least in the minds of voters. On the one hand, it's all very well talking about tax cuts, and I think people would like the idea of tax cuts if that puts more money in their pockets because of cost of living. But at the same time, they do want to make sure that their schools and hospitals are properly funded and have the resources that they need. And that is a strong concern at the moment, as I'm sure your viewers know. So getting that balance right is going to be very important for the next Prime Minister.